So I'm finally like healed a little, so I want to give you guys like a little story time about what the frick happened to my lip, because I know at first glance it probably just seems like I still have snake bites, but the left is my lip ring and the right is freaking stitches. This happened like 3.5 days ago, so I don't want to make the video too long, but I will just say that my lip ripped in half. And when I say ripped in half, I'm not talking about like halfway in half. I'm talking about literally like all the way the fucking half, okay? Like if you look from here, which is where the piercing was, to the very top was ripped in half. Let's just get that part out of the way. I'm not talking partially in half. I'm talking about all the way through in half. So my fiance has snake bites, just like how I do, right? We both prefer to wear rings. We have kissed multiple times and our snake bites have gotten hooked together. It happens. We always notice that they're hooked together, and maybe they like hurt a little bit when we're trying to pull apart, but we always get apart with no problem, right? Are you staying with me? So the other day he was about to go to the store and he kissed me goodbye. But this time, and it was just a peck, so it was very quick, just like a mwah, really quick, right? So he gave me a peck, and we didn't realize that our lip rings were locked this time. Like, we were completely unaware. We didn't feel it, right? So when he pulled away from the kiss, he pulled away with as much force as he typically would when they're not locked together. Are you still with me? And because of the fact that we were unaware that they were locked together, mixed with the fact that he pulled away with as much force as he would have if we hadn't been locked together, my lip just ripped in half, okay? Because the lip ring got pulled out with so much force that my lip couldn't handle that shit. I have two soft lips, I guess. So yeah, my lip got cut in half from a kiss. Unfortunately, I did not take a photo because I didn't even want to look at it. The only reason I knew it was ripped in half is because I like felt for my lip ring with my tongue and it was gone. And at first I was just like, oh, okay, it's gone. It came out. But then I was like, oh, I felt all the way up and I was like, my whole lip is literally in half right now. And then there was obviously like a lot of blood. So I was like, oh shit. And obviously my fiance noticed that there was a tear in my lip too. And he was just like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. So he got me like napkins to press against it to stop the bleeding. And I just want to preface this by saying I was really calm, because I'm the type of person where if something happens so fast and there's absolutely like nothing I can do to change the outcome, I'm not going to sit there and cry about it. I'm just going to be like, okay, well, that happened. So while I was holding it there, I was just like, okay, well, I'm going to need to go to the hospital now. So I actually called the ambulance, not because I was like thinking I was gonna die or anything, but there was a lot of blood and I didn't know like how serious it was. So I just like called the ambulance. Plus our kid was home and I wanted him to like take our kid to her grandma's house so that she didn't have to like see all the blood, and because she was there and I was like, I don't want her to see this. So I rode in the ambulance to the hospital, whatever, and mind you, I was cracking jokes the whole time to the ambulance people and to my fiance before I left, and everybody was kind of looking at me like I was crazy, like, lady, your lip is like literally in half and you're profusely bleeding, why are you making jokes? But I digress. I was making jokes the whole time, because I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, I was like devastated my lip was in half, but like, what can you do, you know? I can't get in my time machine and like unrip my lip. So yeah, it kind of just was what it was at that point. So I get to the hospital and they take over an hour to stitch me up, which in my opinion is absolutely freaking ridiculous, but whatever. Unfortunately, I do not have a photo of my lip split in half. I kind of regret not taking a photo, but I was so scared to look at it because it felt bad. And even like the ambulance people were like, yeah, if you don't think you'd be able to handle looking at it, don't look at it. And I was like, well, feeling it's bad enough, so I'm just not gonna look. I only showed one person and that was my best friend, and it was on Snapchat, so I like took the video without looking at the camera when I pressed send, so I didn't have to look at it. So unfortunately, I cannot show a picture of it split in half, and I don't know if TikTok would even let me do that without like flagging my video. But like, here's a picture of when I first got my stitches, like 3.5 days ago, because this happened at night. But yeah, that's when I first got my stitches. You can see that it was like literally from the bottom to the top of my lip, like just completely just open. This was, believe it or not, after I got the stitches, and I kept talking because I guess even with my lip cut in half, I can't shut my damn mouth, so I kept talking, and I guess I irritated my stitches, whatever, and then this happened, but I was okay. They're still there, they're good. This did kind of scare me though. This was the next day after the stitches, and you can see like there's already like some skin growing back in this spot, which is crazy. It only been like 1 day. Here's another picture where you can kind of see the skin. This is all a scab. You can see that I still have the scab. I know it's ugly. I can't do anything about it because if I pick at it, it's just gonna bleed and disturb my stitches, you know, and then it's not gonna heal right. So I quite literally just have to walk around like this for now. And I had some other pictures I wanted to show, but I don't think TikTok would like the pictures. So yeah, I guess my advice is that if you and your significant other both have lip piercings, only one of you should be wearing hoops at a time. Whoever wants to wear the hoops should make their partner change into studs. I made my fiance change into studs while I was getting stitched up. I said we can take turns. One of us can wear hoops one day, one of us can wear hoops the next, but whoever is going, one person needs to be wearing studs if the other's wearing hoops, or you both wear studs, because I know it's cute to see two emos kissing and everything, but this, trust me, it's not worth it. It's not. And you can sit there and say, oh, I get hooked with my man's lip piercings all the time and nothing ever happens to me. Well, yeah, you know what? It could. I'm living proof that it's unlikely, but it's not impossible to get your lip cut in half from kissing your boyfriend if you both have snake bites, okay? So just like heed my warning. You don't have to listen to me. Because to be fair, I guess it's rare. I looked it up online. I cannot find anything about anybody else ripping their lip in half from kissing their boyfriend. The doctor said that they've seen people come in the ER before for piercings ripping in half like that, but they said it's always either from people getting in a fight or from kids ripping the piercing. No, mine was from a kiss. The cops even came and they were like, is this a domestic? Was this done out of anger? And I had to be like, no, it was done out of love. We were known to try and get a kiss like I always do. And I guess, I just, it's honestly just my luck. Like, if you know me personally and know how much of like a shitstorm my life has been since I've been born, you know my luck was just not great. Like, I was literally a C-section baby, and the doctors pulled me out by my feet so hard that my hips popped out of place, and my parents didn't notice until I was 6 months old, and then I had to get a double cast when they got fixed. So when I say that my life started in tragedy, I mean it. Never mind the rest of the shit that happens to me all the time. If you know me, you know. Luckily, I have a very high pain tolerance, and I was more worried about how I was going to look and the cosmetic aspect of it than I was about the pain. Because, I don't know, I guess I'm a fucking vain bitch, I don't know. But yeah, luckily I'll be okay. I'm on antibiotics. And the doctor said that it will be fully healed in like 2 weeks. They actually said 2 weeks maximum. So maybe before that it'll be fully fused back together. And if anybody's wondering if this scared me out of ever getting this side pierced again, the answer is actually no. Now I know to make him wear studs though. You live and you learn.